Hello everyone. Today our group consisting of Sandina, Sheena, Hanifa, Lavna and Samishta will be talking on the topic work, which seems to be easy to define, but when we start pondering over the definition, it becomes a very much difficult task. So, without further ado, let's get into the discussion. Everyone knows what work is, yet it is a difficult concept to define. Is a car worker or plumber at work if they spend a weekend mending their own car or installing the central heating? Do full-time volunteers or burglars work? Do housewives work? If you are unemployed and go to a library for something to do, is it leisure time you're using? Are we at leisure when not working, or is there another area of non-work? In attempting to define the concept, we see that it has a much wider connotation encompassing various fields and aspects of life.
Finally, we have come to the general definition of work that is mostly used amongst the population, that is, getting paid for a task. Now, some work for money and some to escape the social isolation. Moving on to the evolution of work. How work used to be. Work was equated in the pre-industrial economy with craftsmanship, the production of goods, or the provision of complete results. The end-to-end process of producing a good or getting a result is solely the craftsman's responsibility. A tailor, for instance, would handle everything from taking the customer's measurements to making the last modifications to the finished set of outfits. What is work now? The Industrial Revolution changed this concept of work as industrialists realized that products could be manufactured faster and cheaper if end-to-end processes were converted into repeatable tasks in which workers and later machines could specialize in. The way we divide up tasks into jobs has already started to shift as a result of technology. What will work be in the future? According to the World Economic Forum, the division of labor between people and machines is expected to continue to shift towards machines, especially for repetitive and routine tasks. Techniques such as design thinking can help organizations define roles that incorporate the new types of capabilities, skills, activities, and practices needed to get the work done. Now, woman staying at home does work, that is the housework. However, it is unpaid. It is considered as invisible labor where mostly capitalists benefit from it. Women are most likely to do the paid and the unpaid task. Next is the unemployed stigma. The unemployed are stigmatized in the sense that they face serious disadvantages on the labor market irrespective of their actual motivation, skills, and behavior, and that unemployment can create a vicious cycle where unemployment begets further unemployment. The most strong are likely to receive positive feedback and is at the head of the job queue. Those who are less strong tend to be placed much lower down the job queue. Moreover, Marxist emphasizes class. Other discourses have drawn attention to the categories of race, ethnicity, sex, and gender. The emphasis on class tends to focus on power exercised vertically down the managerial hierarchy at the workplace. It can also be said that less assertive individuals find themselves dominated by the more powerful. Here, power is exerted not only across the gender and ethnic divides, but also within each of these groups. Furthermore, the issue of work-life balance has received extensive publicity during the past 2 decades as the number of women with children and the number of people caring for aging relatives have both increased in the workforce. This demographic change has in turn increased the demand for organizations to adopt work-life balance programs such as paternity and maternity leave, elder care programs, and many more. An imbalance of work and lifestyle spheres can lead to negative outcomes for individuals, which include a poorer quality of life and many more, which can lead to a lack of the time necessary to meet obligations at home and at work, which can later lead to stress at home, thus affecting performance at work. Now, what are the responses to work and family conflict? Organizations are responding by helping their employees maintain a healthy professional personal balance and have crafted policies and practices to address the changing needs and demands of employees and help them achieve better work life balance. All in all, typical employee in the late 90s worked in blocks of 8 to 9 hours at the office, but now the workplace is no longer contained within the four walls. Wherever individuals take their smartphone, laptop, or even smartwatch, they can continue to work beyond the working hours. The idea that employees must operate within a traditional model of fixed 9 to working hours and physical offices has become obsolete.
To summarize, we see that work is a constant, ever changing concept. It has evolved, and at the same time, we question whether household chores should be considered as work where it is paid. In addition to that, the effects of unemployment is nefarious. Often, there is a stigma which is attached to that. There is also a changing composition of work and the role of gender, ethnicity, and race attached to that. Lastly, we must invest in our work life balance. Time with friends and family is as important as times at work. Having a balance leads to the path of happiness. Thank you for your time.